Do you remember when Visa cards first came out? You were used to paying with cash or with a check, and then a Visa came out. It was this weird payment system that you didn't understand. And she said, yeah, I remember that. I said, well, Bitcoin is just the next evolution of another payment system.
Brace yourself, Nakamoto was the foundation. What up, guys? It's your boy Nakamoto Crypto here, and today, before I start, thank you to my very early subscribers, guys. Please don't forget to leave a like, share, subscribe for some more daily crypto bangers. Now let's get into it. Today we got Bitcoin IRA is ready to take on small savers with an updated retirement savings product. Around 4 years ago, Bitcoin IRA has launched its first direct individual retirement account that required a minimum balance of $20,000, but now the firm has dropped it to a minimum of $3,000 for a standard account, guys. With the addition of a saver IRA, the company has a no balance minimum account that instead requires a monthly deposit of just $100. This is amazing. From one idea, Bitcoin has turned into a white paper, then a currency, and then years later, people are using it literally to retire, guys. This company is getting people to invest a minimum of $100 a month in Bitcoin in order to retire, guys. What an amazing idea. When it's time to make the decision of when to buy, this guy says, you will find that folks who want to get their toes wet will freeze. This is what Chris Klein, Bitcoin's IRA Chief Operating Officer, says. He says this gives them a dollar cost averaging mechanism without having to think about it every single month. Now, as number 19 lockdowns continue to dampen the global economy, Klein said he believes more consumers will look for their alternative retirement funds, stating that he thinks you are going to see a lot of tightening of belts, a lot less 401ks being offered by providers out there possibly or not matching. Although Klein has been speaking to his staff about the Savers IRA account since November 2018, this is the first time Bitcoin IRA has had enough resources in its compliance department, automation to handle thousands of smaller accounts, guys. More and more people are joining this. The firm also had to build an application programming interface. That's an API that would allow users to implement direct deposit. Around 80% of Bitcoin's IRA existing clients have signed up for the account, but Savers IRA is primarily geared for new crypto IRA adopters. Klein added, this coming November, Bitcoin IRA plans to further diversify its offering by allowing users to earn interest on their crypto. This is amazing, guys. It's pretty much like staking. Set it and forget it. DCA, dollar cost averaging all day, so you don't have to worry about prices and technical analysis and all the technicalities involved in Bitcoin and crypto. You just gotta set it and forget it. DCA, dollar cost averaging. Of course, this is no financial advice, all opinions, but you'll see what Bitcoin did in the last 10 years. I just mentioned it on my previous video. What Bitcoin did in the last 10 years, no asset that was ever created has done this. These types of gains never existed before in any market, period. In 2010, 0.07 cent per coin to $20,000 per coin almost. That's crazy. That is ludicrous, but it happened only in the crypto market, guys. There it is. Next, we got the altcoin that will likely unseat Bitcoin as a top cryptocurrency, says blockchain lead developer, guys. The lead developer of the blockchain search and analytics platform Blockchain says an altcoin will likely replace Bitcoin as the leading crypto currency in the next 5 years. In a series of tweets, Nikita Zhavoronkov explains why he believes that BTC's lack of smart contracts, new privacy features, and scaling technology will eventually spell trouble for the king coin. He says Ethereum, currently the second largest cryptocurrency by market cap, will most likely topple Bitcoin. What do you think about that, guys? This guy reckons Ether will beat Bitcoin and be the #1 coin within the next 5 years. Although other digital assets may also rise to the top position in the crypto market, Zhavoronkov points out ETH 2.0. So Ethereum 2.0 is well anticipated, which is designed to dramatically improve Ethereum's transaction speed and volume through proof of stake system as the potential turning point. So proof of stake is the potential turning point, guys. In the last bull run, people was talking about ICOs. In this bull run, proof of stake. You hear a lot of ADA, you hear a lot of ETH 2.0. Follow the trail, follow the trail, follow the money. This is crazy. Now, where does Bitcoin stand today? It's been 5 years since the scaling debate has started, and instead of having another round of the debate, we can now draw some conclusions on what happens if there is no on-chain scaling. If Bitcoin further stagnates while other cryptos flourish, the dominance will continue to drop. And now comes the biggest potential disaster for Bitcoin. Imagine a POS on Ethereum is finally ready and everyone will rush to buy 32 ETH just to stake it and make some gains. Quite a probable scenario. The long await for Ethereum 2.0 upgrade will launch in a series of steps. The initial release, dubbed Phase 0, could happen at the end of this year. On early next year, according to the testnet coordinator Afri Shidon, Zhavoronkov says anyone who doubts Ethereum's ability to flip Bitcoin should look at the history of the internet and realize just how volatile and wild this crypto market really is, guys. So general media will start talking about Ethereum. They will report Ethereum's price instead of Bitcoin. Bitcoin will instantly become fool's gold, taking its near Litecoin and Dogecoin, a historical relic like AppNet, MySpace, or Alta Vista. In order to overflow Bitcoin, Ethereum needs to grow 6 times compared to Bitcoin. Not at all an impossible scenario, according to this guy. We are in crypto now, remember. Wow, this is crazy. So this guy reckons because of proof of stake and all of these upgrades coming up in these altcoins, and the biggest alternative coin amongst all of them is Ethereum. Of course, with ETH 2.0 coming up and the upgrades and proof of stake, he reckons people just might gravitate towards Ether and sell their Bitcoin. But again, who knows? BTC have been the mother and around for a very, very long time. During the last 11 years, no altcoin has ever even got close to tackling it. ETH did get close, but it still hasn't tackled Bitcoin yet. And they're gonna need to work on a solid upgrade. I'm talking about Ethereum if they need to top Bitcoin, because right now the Ethereum network is really slow. The transactions sometimes can take a while just to get to you. So in 2017, ETH got lucky. Everybody was building their ICOs on top of the Ethereum blockchain. Now, the market has retraced since then. People have sold off. During this next bull run, everybody's talking about proof of stake, and ETH is mentioned again. But this time, ETH has competitors. Cardano ADA is right up there with it. Shelly just launched, and they're pretty much doing the same thing, if not better. Cardano's working endlessly every day, guys. ETH got some crazy competition, so in my opinion, they're gonna have to work as hard as Cardano. They have ADA to worry about. They have all these other coins that are trying to do the exact same thing, replica, and even do it a little bit better to worry about than trying to take over BTC, the king. Next, we got eToro CEO predicts a market crash within the next 3 weeks. And this guy reckons the safe havens would be Bitcoin. So the largest cryptocurrency's gradual decoupling from stocks may see a major test in the coming weeks, warns eToro's Yoni Assia. So the CEO of major trading platform has warned that a new stock market crash will come in less than a month, and investors should pay attention now. In a series of tweets on Tuesday, Yoni Assia, the CEO of eToro, forecast a crash is coming in the next 3 weeks, arguing that recent stock growth was only speculative in nature, that a correction is now overdue. There is a crash coming soon in the next 3 weeks. Someone is not sure whom is going to sell, short their position, and crash the stock market. So the grim alert follows weeks of usually buoyant growth in the stock market, which have gained despite ongoing number 19 measures in the United States and the United States mass protest, guys. At the same time, BTC has increasingly decoupled from a macro market movements, providing viable safe havens for those wishing to escape the risk. The S&P 500 gained around 400 points in May and now sits around 3,200 points, less than 200 points below its position in early March. At the height of the crash, the index fell to lows of 2,232 points. There goes your S&P 500 index fund falling. Bitcoin, meanwhile, becomes the best performing macro asset in the second quarter with returns of more than 50%. And this is just in recent, fueled by speculation. As Cointelegraph reported, suspicions over stocks have long come from Bitcoin proponents who argue the state intervention in the form of buybacks is creating artificial competition on the market. 3 months after the initial mass crash in March, such interventions are only gathering momentum, with the European Central Bank being the latest to double the size of the stimulus plans. Assia, meanwhile, stopped short, suggesting his warning was financial advice for any investor. Now, just to clarify, he believes a correction, since this rally seems to be fueled by speculations in retail investors. Historically, these rallies end with a correction. So he's an experienced guy, and he's the CEO of and eToro has been around for a couple of years now. People have been trading stocks and whatnot on this platform. So this guy knows his stuff. And he's claiming that the stock market is in a big bubble right now and it just might burst. And the Feds have been pumping trillions of dollars into this market. They've been creating money. It seems like the only thing holding the US dollar right now is just people still believe in cash. People still believe in it. So who knows where we are headed, guys. 2020 itself is probably the craziest year ever so far in the last maybe 40-50 years, because we've had news back to back. We've had events back to back in 2020 that we have ever seen in the history. Pretty much, this is crazy. First, we got an Iranian general assassinated, which sparked almost a world war. between the US and the Iran. It was gonna start right there. And then boom, right after that, number 19 comes. The whole world went into a lockdown. The biggest cities in the world were all on lockdown. Millions of people got infected, and that is slowly dying down. The cities are opening up again, and that affected the economy. Number 19, millions of people are jobless right now. So it's starting to hit us. It affected the market in March. Everything dropped, including Bitcoin, all the way down to 3,900 or 3,600. And then you got the Australian fires. Then there is a long, severe drought that's been hitting nations silently that people haven't been reporting on. There is a drought right now in New Zealand. There is a drought right now in the European country called Ireland. It hasn't been raining at all, and these big cities are worried that they won't have any more water to supply their citizens. This has never happened before, guys. We live in a crazy world right now. 2020 is one of the craziest years ever. That's why people are gravitating towards alternative investments, because they know that whatever that was promised to them by governments cannot be sustained. It's not sustainable. This market, this global world market, is just a big bubble, and it just might burst. You can't use inflationary currencies, feed it to people and keep printing out and printing out and printing out. Look at Zimbabwe. Trillions of dollars lost, gone forever due to inflation. Their currency is almost worth zero right now due to inflation. Bitcoin is a deflationary currency with a fixed supply, and people are slowly getting into it, because soon enough they will understand that this is the wave to ride, this is the boat to jump in. And on that note, if you like the content, guys, please don't forget to leave a like, share, subscribe for some more crypto bangers. I've been your boy Nakamoto, and I'm out.
Bitcoin under $8,000.
Buy it.
Bitcoin under $5,000.
Buy it.
Bitcoin over $10,000.
Buy it.
Bitcoin is over $20,000.
Buy it.
Bitcoin under $8,000.
Buy it.
Bitcoin under $5,000.
Buy it.
Bitcoin is over $10,000.
Buy it.
Bitcoin is over $20,000.
Buy it.
Best performing asset in the last 10 years.
True.
Look into crypto, we need volunteers. No need to tiptoe, it won't disappear. Do your research, history made it clear.